More than 60 million years ago, planet Earth was very different from what it is today, whether in its shape, topography, or even the creatures that lived on it. Among those creatures, there were some very large creatures that dominated the planet almost completely, spreading their influence over the land and the sky, and even dominating the seas. These creatures lived on Earth for millions of years, multiplied in enormous numbers, and diversified in their forms and types until they came to control the resources of the planet, from which they drew their food and everything they needed to survive. Despite their immense size and power, they suddenly disappeared without leaving any obvious trace after a mysterious event that led to their complete extinction. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to get our videos delivered to you. Dinosaurs are a diverse group of organisms that began life on Earth more than 230 million years ago, belonging to the phylum Vertebrata. Dinosaurs were the undisputed dominant creatures on Earth's surface and remained dominant for millions of years, more than 160 million years. It is said that a type of flying reptile once shared this dominance, but it later became extinct, and the dinosaurs alone remained dominant on the planet. These creatures were characterized by their tremendous strength and huge sizes, with some weighing up to tens of tons, and their species varied greatly until their number reached more than 1,000 species. Dinosaurs are creatures that have been extinct for millions of years, and there are no longer any living species of dinosaurs to tell us about their existence in the past. However, humans have been able to gain accurate information about their existence, their shapes, species, and how they interacted with the Earth through fossils and skeletons that have been found, either by chance or through intentional searches and excavations. Researchers and excavators have collected vast quantities of complete fossils and remains of multiple species of dinosaurs, allowing the scientific community to develop clear and accurate classifications of these creatures. Dinosaur skeletons have been on display in museums around the world since the first complete dinosaur fossil was discovered in the early 1800s. The first scientific study of dinosaur bones was conducted in England during the late 17th century. The first dinosaur bone was found in a quarry in Oxfordshire in 1676. It belonged to the thigh of an animal known as a megalosaur and was examined by chemistry professor Robert Plout, who published the first report of a bone belonging to a large, uncontemporaneous creature with no modern-day counterpart. In 1858, the first dinosaur in North America was discovered in Haddonfield, New Jersey. The fossil that was found was known as Hadrosaurus folki, and it was a major turning point in scientific concepts, as it prompted scientists and researchers to take a keen interest in these strange creatures, and since then, the race to excavate and study them began. Dinosaur species are too numerous to count, but they are divided into several types, including some that feed on plants only, some that rely on meat, and others that feed on both. Dinosaurs also differ in terms of how they moved. Some lived on land, while others had wings and were able to fly. Even terrestrial dinosaurs varied in the way they moved, with some walking on 4 legs, while others walked on 2 legs only. However, one of the most prominent differences between the types of dinosaurs was their great difference in size. There were very large species weighing up to tens of tons, as opposed to small species that did not exceed the size of a human and weighed only a few kilograms. Despite this great diversity, all dinosaurs shared one method of reproduction: building nests and laying eggs. Megalosaurus is a genus of large dinosaurs belonging to the family Megalosauridae that lived about 166 million years ago in areas of Spain, France, and southern England. Megalosaurus is the first genus of dinosaurs to be scientifically described and named, and has the distinction of being the first dinosaur to appear in the media, and its name was even mentioned in one of Charles Dickens' novels. The first part of it was found in the 17th century, in a limestone quarry in England in 1676, and discoveries about it continued until 1815. Megalosaurus is classified among the giant dinosaurs, as scientists estimate that it was more than 12 meters long, equivalent to the height of a 4-story building, and walked on 2 feet only, unlike many other creatures that walked on 4 feet. Triceratops is a 3-horned dinosaur that lived on Earth about 68 million years ago, one of the last dinosaur species to exist before extinction. Surprisingly, the time period in which Triceratops lived was closer to us than it was to the Megalosaurus era, nearly 100 million years apart, making its age relatively recent compared to other dinosaurs. Triceratops colonized the North American continent and is one of the most famous dinosaur species in general, thanks to its distinctive frontal horns that make it easily recognizable by sight. Its remains were first found in 1889, including a complete skeleton, estimated to be 9 meters long and weighing almost 12 tons. The huge skull is one of its most prominent features, as it is one of the largest skulls found among all the animals that lived on the surface of the earth, as its length alone is about 2.5 meters. Triceratops is classified as a vegetarian dinosaur, feeding only on grasses, and has been widely popular in movies due to its distinctive and endearing shape. Although the image of dinosaurs in our minds is always associated with enormous size and size, some of their species were very small, not exceeding 1 meter in length. Among these species, the Eoraptor stands out as one of the oldest dinosaurs that lived on Earth, and one of the oldest living things on the planet, estimated to be more than 231 million years old. The first Eoraptor skeleton was discovered in 1991 in the Valley of the Moon Basin in Argentina, and a number of complete skeletons are still preserved today in good condition. Eoraptor is classified as one of the fastest dinosaurs, due to its light weight of only 10 kilograms and its reliance on its feet for locomotion. It was also considered a dipteran, feeding on both meat and plants. Since we've talked about some types of dinosaurs, no conversation would be complete without mentioning Tyrannosaurus rex, the most famous dinosaur of all. Known as the Tyrannosaurus rex, or the king of the lizards, T-Rex is one of the most famous dinosaurs, especially in Hollywood movies. The Tyrannosaurus lived in North America more than 68 million years ago, and its fame comes from its enormous size and exceptional strength, as its length exceeded 12 meters, while its weight was estimated at more than 14 tons. Its bite force is the highest among all terrestrial creatures known to history, making it one of the largest carnivores of all time. Its common prey included other dinosaurs, such as Triceratops. The first Tyrannosaurus tooth was found in 1874 by Arthur Lux, and today more than 50 fossil specimens of this dinosaur have been documented, along with a number of nearly complete skeletons, which have helped researchers create an accurate depiction of its external form. Despite these discoveries, the final visualizations of dinosaur shapes are still largely influenced by the imagination of scientists, with personal appreciation playing a clear role in reconstructing the features of these extinct creatures. It may come as a surprise to some that the Arab world has a share in the race to discover dinosaur fossils, especially in Egypt and Lebanon. In 1932, German biologist Ernst Stromer discovered a new species of dinosaur in the Egyptian desert, which he dubbed the Egyptian dinosaur. Just 2 years later, in 1934, a marine dinosaur known as Saurus, one of the largest theropod dinosaurs, was found in the Bahariya Oasis. Another dinosaur was also discovered in Egypt, known as the Egyptian Spinosaurus, which is considered one of the largest carnivores found so far, estimated to be about 18 meters long and weighing about 20 tons. In Lebanon, fossilized teeth and fossil remains of a brachiosaur-like dinosaur, as well as the remains of a flying dinosaur discovered in 1962 by researcher Mordecai Sofer, were found in the village of Beit Zait, west of the Palestinian city of Jerusalem. After all this, a very important question may come to mind for many people. What is the real reason behind the disappearance and extinction of dinosaurs? Why were they unable to adapt to their environment to survive to this day? The answer to this question lies in a number of theories, perhaps the most famous of which is the hypothesis of scientist Walter Alvarez, which posits that a huge asteroid collided with the Earth during the Cretaceous period, about 65 million years ago, and this collision led to the mass extermination of a large number of organisms that existed at that time, mainly dinosaurs. It is believed that the heat wave resulting from this violent collision was one of the main factors that caused this environmental catastrophe. Traces of a huge meteorite have been found on the North American continent, specifically in the region of Mexico, and this meteorite is estimated to be about 20 kilometers in diameter, making it a strong piece of evidence supporting Alvarez's theory. On the other hand, There are those who suggest that the extinction of the dinosaurs was due to the disappearance of food sources, which led to their inability to adapt or survive in an environment that became unfit for life. However, despite the strength of these theories, they remain hypotheses that have not yet been scientifically resolved, and the door is still open for scientists to discover the real reason behind this mysterious extinction. What do you think is the most plausible hypothesis to explain the extinction of the dinosaurs? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. And if this is your first time joining us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive new updates. See you in the next episode.